Genshin italiano. Abbiamo atteso solo 2 anni per questa cosa, ma abbiamo Genshin in italiano, che cosa stupenda. Ok, ok. Un attimo che avverto. Mamma mia.
Surely enough to
Volume
convince anyone to
sempre
become a
super
wanderer.
altissimo nelle mie cuffie. Ok. Dov'è? Qua. Allora. Dagli che guardiamo finalmente Wanderer e tutto il resto così. E più che altro capisco come è diventato Wanderer almeno. Pa, 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 pa. Vediamo come è diventato Wanderer. Sono molto curiosa di questo. Devo ancora partire daily, ma mi sono messa a giocare al gioco di carte, il TCG che hanno implementato in Genshin. Aiuto. Si stava un attimo perdendo un paio di robe. Ok. Esco da qua. Stavo giocando, ma che bello. Che bello. Che bello. Finalmente questo gioco in italiano. Ok. Sbagliato. Allora. Ecco, questo mi serve. Perfetto. E che andiamo. Finalmente potete leggere.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not
Ok.
trying to write a thriller here.
Vuole
It's
scrivere un
supposed to
saggio.
be an essay, you understand? An essay.
C'è
That
bisogno
means
di fare questo
facts
bordello,
and
però,
logic.
amico mio.
Well,
Acaba.
if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's nothing to be objective
ci siamo
about.
stati.
Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Beh, noi ci siamo stati.
Well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this.
Ok.
That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's
Più
no
è
getting around
drammatico
that.
effettivamente per le persone che lo leggono. Su questo posso essere
Okay,
d'accordo.
but
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma.
E quindi non possono parlare
Or
un...
is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just
Certo,
going
perché non
about their
dovrebbero fare
business.
ricerche su quello che vogliono,
Maybe it really
scusami.
is.
Che senso
These
ha
people here
essere
are
uno
free to
studioso
research
e non
pretty much
poter studiare quello che vuoi?
Great. Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Quindi andiamo in... Quindi è un modo per andare da qui. Inversione della genesi. Ok. Sono...
all right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a
Kabuki-mono?
feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this
Oh,
seems like
che
the kind of
culo!
thing she'd know
Ecco è la
about.
nostra viaggiatrice.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Yep. Che c'è? Oh no.
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
Se non mi posso anche andare, mamma mia. Sassi. Sassi.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck.
Si chiama
And out of force
Paimon,
of habit,
l'amica
I
dei capelli
started,
d'argento.
examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, so what? For the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking.
Almeno tu sei un pochino più educato di lui.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
Ah, I see.
Mi spiace.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because
Sì, in
the
effetti è vero.
Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's
Ma si
past.
può conoscere
But
tutto il
who'd
proprio
have thought
paese.
that,
È proprio per questo che si
If
fanno
you don't
ricerche e robe
mind,
varie.
I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Perché?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay
Akaba.
draft.
Ok.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna.
Mikoshi Nagamasa,
The
ok.
writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a
Un straniero
kabuki mono.
eccentrico.
This seems to be an Inazuman word
Wanderer,
for an eccentric
ovviamente.
stranger.
Su questo non ci
Someone who
piove.
dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Potrebbe
That's
anche
right.
parlare di
Akaba's
caso.
teacher has
Potrebbe
spent
anche
quite some
poi
time
essere collegato a
researching these events
caso,
on the
visto
ground.
che in
This
Azuma erano
kabuki
loro
mono lived in
il fabbro più
Tatarasuna for
famoso
a
e poi
while before disappearing
è
without
successo
a
quello che è
trace.
successo.
And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing. Then a murder happens?
Un omicidio.
Seems kind of fishy to
Investighiamo.
Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what
Lurca,
happened back
lurca,
then.
lurca
And
pure.
wow,
So che ti sei
did I
preso
get
settimana di
lucky?
pausa, quindi
Shouting.
finalmente abbiamo Genshin in
This part's
italiano.
important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned
4
individuals
secoli
did,
fa
in
stiamo
fact, live
parlando
in
che la
Inazuma
gente
over
in
400 years
Genshin
ago.
è
Even
longeva.
back then, Tatarasuna
Le
was already
traduzioni
at the
sono
center
molto
of
buone.
Inazuma's smelting industry. The
Un'altra
man in
cosa
charge
che
was a
non
government official
sopporto
named
della
Niwa.
gente, come al solito,
Curiously enough,
è che si
it
lamentano
seems
che hanno
like he
usato
went
dei
missing
sinonimi,
too.
tipo gli artefatti sono stati chiamati manufatti, ma alla fine siamo lì, è uguale. E per alcuni, anzi credo per tutti, i fatui hanno usato il loro nome in cinese, cioè i loro titoli in cinese, cioè tipo Cilde, Tartaglia, come vogliamo dire. In Cina il suo titolo è principe, non Cilde. Non so dove hanno preso Cilde. E quindi l'hanno chiamato. E quindi qua in italiano l'hanno chiamato proprio principe. Ma non è sbagliato. Hanno fatto un lavorone della Madonna. Alcune traduzioni sono molto buffe, sì, ma ci sta. Io sono veramente contenta di questa traduzione italiana. Quindi, guarda, è veramente interessante. Hanno fatto un lavorone e la gente, come al solito, deve lamentarsi perché hanno usato i sinonimi. Ma hanno fatto un lavoro per noi. Dobbiamo esserne grati, ok? Visto che la gente ha chiesto l'italiano e ci hanno messo del tempo, ma per fare una traduzione ci vuole del tempo, anche perché non è che la fai in 2 secondi, soprattutto con una storia che ha oltre 2 anni che va avanti. Quindi lamentatevi poco, per l'amore del Signore, ok? Lamentatevi per le cose importanti, tipo la coop che deve essere migliorata per altri problemi. No, certo, assolutamente. Però diciamo che il principe non l'hanno messo così a caso. Rimane comunque Tartaglia, ok? Come nome del personaggio. Però è il suo weekly e la sua forma fatui che si chiama principe. Quindi non hanno cambiato un nome intero. Cioè dopo...
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in the story now?
That's
Cilde
right.
rimane Cilde,
What's
loro
more,
lo chiamano
Niwa
Cilde in
is a name with a
inglese,
lot of
che
history to it.
semplicemente
Have
il
you
suo
ever
weekly
heard of the great
rimane
swordsmith clans
è
of
principe.
Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Ah, l'altra,
Wow,
quando usa
yes, you really know your
l'illusione.
stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a
A quanto pare è
distant relative
Cilde
of the
quello
Kaidahara
sbagliato.
clan,
Tartaglia
the last
c'è, ma non
practitioners
c'è.
of
E in
Ishin
realtà lui è
art.
Tartaglia principe.
Something then seems to have
E
happened in the
Ajax come suo
Kaidahara
vero
clan,
nome.
leading to
Che
their
casino,
downfall.
guarda.
I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around
Hanno
that
usato il
time,
loro titolo,
it makes you
il suo
wonder
titolo
whether it's
reale
all
hanno
connected
usato.
somehow.
The
Appena
Kaidahara
finiscono qua.
clan?
Kadehara, esatto.
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about
Ovviamente,
to be
devi
blown.
Sì, sì,
Or
ma
maybe
vai
Get
avanti.
to the point, for Pete's sake.
Oh, grazie.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was
Una
not a
marionetta,
human.
sì, sappiamo chi è.
Puppet?
Vabbè, come la Inazuma sono in questo momento un po' tassi di lei. Ma cosa faceva? Ecco, anche Wonder, vabbè.
Aha!
Scaramouche
Judging
era
by the
detto
looks
anche
on your
menestrello.
faces, you do know something after all.
No. Paimon just meant.
Sembra una storia di
I
fantasmi.
agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma
Cioè,
are
adesso
by
ti
no
faccio
means
adesso che io uccido e
uncommon,
ti faccio vedere.
spooky events are to be expected. And
Ma io l'ho
that's
spiegato un
exactly
po'
what my
male,
book is
adesso ti
about.
dico io.
Please, take a look.
Niwa, ta 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 ta. Ok, parlano molto di Kadehara ovviamente perché erano. Sì. Ma questa cosa ce l'avevano già detta questa è ottima perché non ha fatto l'evento di Inazuma, il festival dove parlavano appunto di Wanderer, di Kazuo e tutto il resto. Per queste cose per male le sappiamo, stanno solo andando più in.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
E va bene, leggo dopo.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his
Troppa
more
roba,
creative
dopo.
approach, but I think essays should be. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's
Non
narrative
mettere
with
cose a
political
caso,
intrigue?
amico mio,
Like,
non lo fare.
I could.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you got.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level
Oddio
you
mio,
seem to be
infatti dovete fare le
suggesting,
cose
what
tranquille.
hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay,
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to.
all right, thank you. If you find
Sì,
out.
dobbiamo sapere, dobbiamo sapere, va bene, non so più parlare. Ok. Dai che devo mostrare Shield.
Hey, so that thing they were talking. Okay, then even if we did know something about it,
Ok, no,
we
non
probably
possiamo
couldn't
dire
share it
niente
with them,
su
After all, we
Wanderer.
kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that
E quindi è
is
meglio tenere
usually
le
super
cose
confidential,
confidenziali.
isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics.
Ah, così? Così proprio?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like
Stiamo diventando paranoici? No, c'è.
volunteer. No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Ok, ora posso farti vedere Shield. Per farti capire che cosa intendo. Vedi? Lui rimane Tartaglia. Poi abbiamo armi, vabbè, ma hanno fatto tutto il resto. Ecco, l'unicesimo messaggero del Fatui, noto anche come il principe e Cilde, che è la versione a quanto pare inglese di principe. Non ho capito perché. Perché Cilde, non so da dove l'hanno preso chi ha fatto la traduzione in inglese. Qua Tartaglia va bene, lui è conosciuto come il principe, invece Dottore è conosciuto invece come il luminare. È strano, anche a me è sembrato molto strano, ma ci sta. Se hanno preso i loro titoli dal cinese, hanno preso la traduzione letterale, che poi comunque il dottore è un luminare. Sì, dove esatto. Child, sì, una roba del genere, sì. E tu sei più pratico di me in queste cose, io. Child, sì, una roba del genere. C'è il dottore conosciuto come Illuminare, come c'era Scaramouche col menestrello, insomma. The Palladier. Ci sta qua però, si può dire anche in quel modo. Hanno comunque fatto un lavorone per me. È vero che Naida è qui dentro. Sta parlando con lui, aspetta.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are.
Ciao, ci aspettavi?
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling
Sì,
around
è
in
dietro
public.
di lei.
Did he escape or... Ah, it's him!
È Tem.
Sure enough,
Ciao.
you're here.
Hey, what are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be lacked at? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal. And
Il
he's
dottore
gonna do
viene
some
conosciuto, è il
investigation
dottore
in Ermin's
conosciuto
Hole
anche
for
come
me.
Luminare, quindi hanno aggiunto sia dottore che Luminare hanno aggiunto.
You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would
Ma
keep
c'è anche
me
la
around
maschera del
otherwise?
Luminare, quindi
Or
ci
maybe
sta.
killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case,
No, non l'ho letto.
why haven't
Piano.
you done it already?
Non non puoi far fuori.
Flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Ti sta tranquillo.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start.
Calmatevi
Could I
per
ask you all
favore.
to please calm down?
Povera.
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Dite.
Don't you dare
Vuole
try
proprio,
to drive away
vuole
with
proprio
between us.
farsi picchiare le Scaramouche, ma è fatto apposta lui.
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Palladier.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
The Doctor. Oh, non nominatelo. Ah,
Yes.
no,
One
devo
in which
smetterla.
I gained
Devo stare
valuable
tranquilla. Perché
information.
adoro il dottore.
You'll come to
Tantissimo.
understand more about that in the fullness of time. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough
Sì,
to be a
esatto, meglio
strategic threat
Balladeer.
to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of
Questo
the
è vero.
Fatui sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
Se è stato ucciso per gli
I take no
altri.
pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Tipico di dottore. Ormai non ti voglio più accogliere, quindi perché dovrei averti? Devi averti gettato via come spazzatura, e certo.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events,
Ah, non
even
lo
I
prende,
have
non lo
to
prende
admit,
per in giro, lo mean.
well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Oh,
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen
ma
to him!
ascoltiamolo, di
Let's put
secondi.
that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious
Ma
about
possiamo fidarci di Naida una
Yes.
volta? Una.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Per me.
Yes, As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the
esatto.
descender
Lui
category.
non è uno dei discendenti,
This is an
anche se
extremely
dipende dal
important
gemello che
point.
scegli.
It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be
Oh,
one
dai,
of them,
carne al fuoco
he'll be better
finalmente,
acquainted
dai.
with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the
Diventa-
god of a new era. Even though
Ok,
he no longer
è vero che è
has
entrato quasi
gnosis,
il Dio non
some
era.
traces of its
Ho confuso
power
col
remain in
gemello.
him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long.
Ha
even
ragione,
for
non può
me.
cercare a random.
So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
Se
He's
ti
more
mentisse,
familiar
ok,
with
c'è
this
questa
kind of
possibilità.
Exactly. Or what if Paimon just doesn't trust him. He's treated us
Perché
as
eravamo
enemies
nemici,
ever
non è che
since
ci ha
we were
fatto
Indian.
come nemiche perché c'aveva voglia.
I understand. But sometimes everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone
Carina.
who counts you as a friend,
Patata.
I want to do something for
Che ho
you.
dovuto
If this
abbandonare
deal with the
tutto
Balladeer
per,
can give you the answers you've been
tutto
longing
per
to
la
find,
Laita.
then it's worth it.
Se non esce, mi incavolo come una iena.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Finalmente qualcuno che fa veramente qualcosa.
I'm still worried about this idea. Is there anything? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf.
Ok, quindi
while he
dobbiamo
carries
stargli
out the task
dietro,
I
va
assigned.
bene.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger.
Sì, lo teniamo tranquillo noi. Che ha un paio di coppine se fa qualcosa, capito?
Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Capito.
Great. Thank you.
Oh.
Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Ah, proprio dentro l'alberello? Che fico. Vai.
Wow. It looks pretty
Questo
different
posto
here
per
compared
ogni
to last
volta
time.
è sempre
The
su.
colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
E là?
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh,
Noi
and I
abbiamo
guess
venuto qui
you
per
panicked
farti la
when you realized that I
babysit.
might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Sì, lui sì, ma ci stiamo
Shut your beak,
stuzzicando a
Gilbert.
vicenda.
No way a prisoner gets to be
Avanzi
so
di
smart.
galera.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release.
Provviso.
So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region
Okay.
of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put
Sì,
aside
non
your
litighiamo
differences
per ora.
and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path.
Vostri occhi
All you have to do
languidi.
is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to
Oh,
fall
basta la
behind.
cresta, Nani.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more
Ah, no,
experienced in adventuring than
intanto l'eroe di battito è un
If there are no
avventuriere.
further objections,
State
I
attenti.
suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
L'unica cosa che mi prepara è darti un pugno in faccia se non la
the
smetti.
snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Andiamo.
Missile access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Mamma mia.
Is this a small sapling?
Andate.
Darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Scusate, prima gli dite, ma devi spiegare tutto, poi dopo, raggiungiamolo. Andate. Avete rotto i maroni che doveva muoversi.
Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's
Che
never seen
figo.
anything like this. And it feels like a
È
sacred
un luogo
place.
sacro, poi non è che sembra.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Dai, non dobbiamo
Lesser
litigare.
Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Ok, non corro.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
Non lo voglio scoprire, guarda. Per una volta voglio fidarmi di lui.
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out.
Ti sto
So if you want
vicino,
to stay
ok?
safe,
Voglio
your
fidarmi.
best option is to stick close to me.
Ti sto appiccicato, dai, sta non rompere le scatole.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be
Non
careful
bisogna
not to
toccare.
touch them.
Ok. Ma non l'ho toccati, li hai toccati tu?
It looks the same in every direction.
Ma sembra che nessuno ci sia abituato. Beh, secondo me ha avuto il suo tempo per...
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually
Ah, non
telling the
credo che
truth.
in questo momento gli convenga mentire.
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't
Ah,
you relax
questa volta
your
mi
guard
spiace,
a
ha
little?
ragione lui.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord
Okay.
Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then
Ok.
please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint. The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Infatti, cavoli tuoi, accetta l'aiuto suo per una volta. E abbia svolto lavorazione per i fattui, e certo.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Ok.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do. Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Ok, parliamo mentre lui cerca le cose.
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Ok, parliamo con Aida mentre...
What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Oh no.
That's part of it.
Siamo tutti amici.
We're all friends.
Siamo tutti
There's nothing wrong
conoscenti
with
per
us
ora.
talking like this once in a while. Paimon's never tried this before. This is great. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a
Ma
walking
perché ha il carattere
contradiction?
del cazzo,
He's
cioè non è
always
che...
talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Ha un carattere. Guarda il
As
sorrisetto
I
che
told you
c'ha.
before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but
No,
that
non le
he has
comprendo
yet to
ancora del
understand.
tutto. Ok, quindi anche lui sta
Perhaps today
cercando
will be the day
qualcosa.
that he finds some answers.
I tradimenti, gli eventi accaduti in Azuma.
Well done. Smart and attentive
Beh,
as
avrebbe
always.
senso che cerca quelle. È vero, l'avevamo visto.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today. Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns
Certo
out
che può essere
he can
triste e
get hurt and
arrabbiato.
angry just like anyone else.
Stavo solo facendo il suo lavoro
Everyone
come
has
fa
a history,
lui.
Paimon.
Esatto.
Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was... If you mean the mysterious events, the
Sì, ne so
Kabuki-mono
qualcosa.
and so on.
Ok, dici.
Yeah, really? Because from what they were saying,
Parecchi dubbi di
it sounded
soldi,
like
va.
lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination.
Ok, diciamo.
Oh, how interesting. Those two managed to
Hanno
deduce
dedotto un
quite a
discreto
lot
con...
from guesswork alone.
tirando a indovinare, ma
So I
bravissimi.
guess they got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing.
Ok,
Tatarasuna
Totaro
was
suo è stato
sabotaged.
sabotato, ok.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
Ah,
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
almeno sì, potevamo dirgli sì, stiamo parlando di te, lascia stare. Ti
Still
raccontiamo
looking.
dopo.
Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you
Questo
in
è vero.
Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Didn't Ahita tell you?
È certo che gliel'ha
It's not
detto.
like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about
Ogni
you.
conversazione con te è una vera fatica, ma il tuo atteggiamento è migliore di quanto pensassi.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And
Sono
making
in grado
cordial
tanto
conversation
so essere
is
dolci
something I can
quando
manage.
voglio, ma solo quando voglia.
Wait.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Ci sono dei dati
Forget the
anonimi?
agreement. You have to share it with us.
Un attimo, è lì, perché...
Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
Pare di...
It's...
Colui che governava a Tatarasuna. Potresti Tishin. Sì, voglio sapere di più però, dai, su. No, lasciatemi col fiato sospeso.
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now.
Ma
You
che
have shown me
bello!
great hospitality,
È il
as
papà
has
di...
Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm,
Ma il pare
welcoming
di
place.
Kasua?
Like a giant village.
Al coso simile?
People are gainfully employed. Their
un
lives have
antenato.
purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between
Cioè,
steel and
mi
blade.
hanno dato un caso a Moro,
That
Castanno
is
più
why
che
you
più che Moro.
accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's
Però che
acquaintance,
Niwa secondo me è un
the two of you never
antenato
would have
di
joined
Caso nel
forces.
papà.
and he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working...
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable
Era
in the
diventato
forging
un grande
industry
nome.
of
Che cosa
Inazuma.
carina.
And it
Signor
has been
Escher.
my great
O
honor to
Escher,
befriend
non
you
so come
all.
pronunciarlo.
So you say, Escher.
Escher, ok.
But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke?
Problemi di produzione,
Mounting
lavorazione
production
costanti,
problems?
stiamo registrando un aumento
Worker
costante di
fatigue and casualties
infortuni.
are
La
up and
Madonna.
continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know,
Qualcuno c'è pure morto.
someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back.
Nessuno delle sue complici è
Now,
entrato.
our
È successo
mutual
un
friend, the
bordello, la
Kabuki
Madonna.
Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with the Shogun. This is our last hope. But that
Ok.
doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely
Sono
you,
stato
Escher.
apprensivo, eri più prudente di me.
But Mr.
Dagli
Mikoshi
un
is more
pugno.
cautious than I. He does things by the
Io
book.
non ho visto Enter.
After all, Nagamasa is the
Esatto.
adopted son of
È arrivato
Mikoshi
così,
Torchio,
senza
the
chiedere.
yokai struck down by the shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an
Nagamasa
abundance of
finito
caution
mi
is
coscio. Oh
well
mio Dio, non hai
advised.
popcorn per queste cose.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine.
Ultimamente
Are
fu
you sure
intendere
you're
uno
not a
solo
little
stronzo.
overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to
Okay.
the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some
E morirò
responsibility and head inside.
coraggiosamente.
Probably to my
Pronta.
death.
Madonna.
But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Perché dovrebbe?
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left?
Non
Don't you
dargli le
have all your answers
spalle,
by
ma
now?
perché danno sempre le
Honestly,
spalle alla
I'm just waiting
gente?
for the right moment.
Appunto, perché danno sempre le spalle alla
A
gente? Non
moment
dare le spalle a
like
qualcuno
this,
che...
where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
Perché danno sempre le spalle a qualcuno che... Se lo stai minacciando, guardalo! Comportati! Santo Dio!
You!
O con gli occhi
You're a little
chiusi.
smarter than I initially
Esatto.
gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start.
Ma più che altro
It's
l'ha
a
minacciato fino
long
adesso, questo
journey
tutto si è
from
voltato. Non
Inazuma to
voltarti!
Fontaine, but that didn't stop them.
Inazuma.
Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at
Ok, non
all.
viene da Fontaine. Ritiro quello che ho detto su
yet,
Fontaine,
despite
scusate.
all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace.
Certo.
So you're really going to
Ti
destroy
ha
this
colpito
place?
per un motivo.
Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself.
Aw.
You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But
Karen ha
this makes
detto...
no sense.
Ha detto
What are you
a
really trying to accomplish by
Scar
all
nel
this?
frattempo che lui era
Why
buono.
go to all this trouble?
Karen,
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all
Esperimento
part of a
accuratamente
carefully
controllato.
controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
l'ho riconosciuto dopo, ma non ci credo.
What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
È il dottore, è il dottore,
That's
è
it.
il dottore.
That's why you gave us your cursed technology.
Avevo la voce in testa,
Just to let
aspetta,
loose
però
the
boh.
evil energy from the crystal marrow.
Dai, che il
Look how
dottore,
even
no, è
the
il
righteous
dottore.
soul is filled with
Beh, ho la
venom when
manina che fa un
faced
po'
with
così,
its
quindi sì,
demise.
fosse un dottore a
My
caso
device
lo
functions
vorrei.
precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind.
Io voleva
It
prendersi
is easier
Scaramouche.
for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to
E
your
voleva
fury.
fare
I
in
want to see
modo
what
che
happens
Scaramouche
when a
avesse odio
malevolent
nel suo
heart
cuore.
is placed into an
Non mi sorprenderebbe
unsuspecting
se si
puppet.
scopre che lui ha ucciso il suo ultimo
Make no
amico.
mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
No,
If you give him my heart, tell him that both
oh,
Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has
il
nothing
dottore ha fatto più casino di
to
tutti
prove to
quanti.
anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost
Quasi
makes
faccio
me
sentire
feel
in
a little
colpa.
guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa. Already
Oh,
dead.
is dead.
What a
Peccato.
pity.
Non mi dispiace un botto, ma... Dai, sì!
Jester,
mio
I have
amore, guarda che
completed the
bello,
task you
guarda,
gave me.
guarda.
Creating a gap and
Giullare.
infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Pulcinella, credo che sia. Credo che giullare sia Pulcinella.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade.
Niente,
And if not-
sono innamorata di quest'uomo.
Let's turn him to dust.
Calmo. Devi calmarti un minimo.
Hey, are you alright?
No, non sta bene, ma c'ha
Dottore.
ragione.
Dottore!
Dottore! Calmo.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
È lui responsabile dei segni di Tatar. Non riesco mai a dirlo. Ho detto prima 2 volte. Tatarasuna.
But why do we see things from his perspective? When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maida ha toccato il dottore.
Maybe so.
La invidio.
But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Era Maison creduto per secoli, faceva parte dell'esperimento del dottore, ma è ovvio. Non è che esiste una sua immaginazione che ci ha
Give him
creduto.
some space. He looks really mad. We need to give
Andiamo
him some
laggiù.
time to process his emotions.
Esatto.
I'm still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it.
Ah, non credo che si sia
Why
arrabbiato
has that gotten
perché
him so
sì, cioè, si è arrabbiato così tanto
Nobody
perché
has ever deceived
nessuno ti ha
you
mai
like
ingannato
that,
in quel
Paimon.
modo, esatto.
It's natural that you find it difficult to understand.
Per una
Perhaps you
vita ha
needed to
creduto
learn
che
this
l'avesse
someday.
veramente ingannato, che che il dottore gli fosse veramente stato... Oddio, forse no, però che comunque l'avesse aiutato, però si scopre... Ah no, guarda, era solo il mio esperimento fino all'inizio. Che bello.
So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster
E così,
in Inazuma
per
that
portare
would bear
odio
fruit
nel
in
cuore
the
di
future.
Scaramouche e farlo diventare quello che purtroppo è diventato.
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The
Madonna.
load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?"
C'è l'idea che è entrato qui dentro con un cuore.
Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it straight from the
Ha pure
chest
mentito
of
sul
one
fatto
of
che
his
bicchiera il
innocent
cuore.
servants.
Non gli voleva degli
The
crearini
mechanic
Niwa.
removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke.
Che
Balladeer was
schifo.
stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatara. Holy moly!
Porca
The
pupazza.
doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Vabbè. Ecco, cade in questo sì. No, questo non giustifica la sua vendetta.
Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Non giustifica tutto il resto.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Sono qua, attendo. Poco più tardi, gli avrei lasciato tutto il
Shall we
tempo.
see how he's doing?
Sei ancora lì, non è ancora scappato, è già tanto,
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
È incavolatissimo. Ha tutte le
Are you
ragioni.
worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your
Ma non
friend.
dirgli così. Sì, sono preoccupata per te perché non voglio che stai male.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Lo so che farei fede all'accordo.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
Sì, l'ha promesso, l'ha appena
That's
detto.
why we're here.
Porca miseria, l'ha appena detto.
But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Ok.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from
Chi viene da
beyond this
Mondestano
world
una
is
patinata
not
di
counted
vacca,
as part of
giustamente.
Tibet. Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Come pensavo, ma grazie lo stesso.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Ok.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria.
Ok,
Apparently.
bravi.
Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world.
È vero, lì è partito da Caria,
Plus,
non da
he only
Mostad.
came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
Cielo.
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
Pulcinella era un mago reale a Caria?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is,
Ma no, ti credo.
I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Cosa stai facendo? Non fare cavolate.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me,
Ok.
I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Ok, dimmi.
Give me your hand.
Ok. Ok.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Sì. Vuoi farmi lavaggio del
No,
cervello?
I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I
Povera
can do is
Paimon,
exchange a
sta-
few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
No. Perché? Il tuo commentario vulcaniano su tu.
Done.
Huh?
Co-
What the? What happened? Paimon only saw
È
you
passato
hold
un
hands for a
secondo per
second.
lei.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Beh, in qualche modo sì.
So long.
No, no, ma
I
perché?
suggest you get yourselves
Riesco a
out of here
segnare
quickly.
perfettamente.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Oh. Volevo tornare in vita vivo, no, non si può cambiare il passato, non puoi.
Dear, don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone.
No, non
Luckily,
fare sta cosa, non
everything can be
farlo.
set right.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta
Dove lo troviamo? Dove? Gente, non è un cane disperso, dove lo troviamo? Scusa. bene.
Oh no, he's really gone.
Ragazzi, è scomparso davanti, però ogni tanto è il cervello di... ogni tanto, eh.
Oh, can you hear me?
E ciao Naida, abbiamo perso il Balladeer.
Traveler, Paimon, Palladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
È scappato.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
Racconti a Naida quello che è successo, insomma abbiamo avuto un casino.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or
Eh sì, ha fatto una
did
roba
he achieve
minore
something
però.
beyond his abilities? Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault.
Beh, non potevamo sapere che dopo la risposta se ne sarebbe andato.
Sorry, Nahida. Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here. Even though
No, dobbiamo
I'm not
aiutarti.
sure I can. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Ok.
We're out! And we're at... and this is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged. and
Esatto,
nobody
voglio
will- I'm
aiutarti.
sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me. An emergency? How bad is it?
Stai bene, ma credo che sta bene
Don't
lei.
worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe. Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
La domanda possono essere strana, difficile da spiegare. E dovete proprio trovare Paimon. Ok.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible.
Non è facile, non è impossibile, ma non è
You can't just
facile.
rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why does Paimon still have a bad
È
feeling
ovvio
about
che sto
this?
cercando. Per
Paimon
carità,
can't help but
capisco,
feel
lo
scared about
capisco,
what he
però
might
no.
do. Paimon's so confused. Huh?
Che paura, ma sei scemo.
Sorry. Paimon accidentally...
È tutto colpa di Scarlo, se lei è stressata, si va bene.
Causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Se c'è l'informazione di lui nell'Irminsul, se lui si cancella dall'Irminsul, si cancella dalla storia, ha effettivamente senso.
Uh-oh.
In ebollizione.
Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone
Esatto, non ha
who's connected
pensato
to
alle
him be affected
conseguenze.
too?
Vedere il personaggio nei pool, esatto, esatto. Vabbè, ce l'abbiamo. Io non ce l'ho, non lo tocco. Per quanto mi piaccia, ma non mi interessa come gameplay, però. Tutti quelli con legame le Kogan, tra cui il caso Ayaka e Ayato, e sobre gli effetti scomparendo. È vero!
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep.
Poi non riuscire a dormire.
Paimon, so how about
Elenchiamo i vari piatti per
we
distrarci.
list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that all right, Paimon will start. First
Pesce alla
dish.
griglia.
Munstack
Pieno
grilled
di
fish.
pollo, i funghi,
and
pancake,
chicken
sfate di
mushroom
carne,
skewers,
mazzutake
pea bread
saltati,
pancakes, and Dragon chili
il polpo
chicken,
peperoncino di
almond
Giulia, il
tofu,
tofu di mandorle. Ma
salsa
sai,
and
ricorda tutti, bravissima. Io mi sarei perso tutti gli altri.
also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, loaded
A me sarebbe venuta fame, altro che stress. Altro che dormire.
Um.
Paimon cosa c'è?
What are we... What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't
Perché eri molto
remember what she was
preoccupata per la
talking
storia
about.
del menestelle e si è messa ad
What was
elencare
it
vari
again?
cibi.
The balladeer? Is that a food too?
Oh no,
Huh. Weird name though.
oh no, ha già fatto, è già il primo momento.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
No,
So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Paimon vieni con me.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
È in Azuma, ok.
Fine by Paimon, but
Certo che c'è
is
un'emergenza.
everything okay? You're at
È tutto così intrigante. Allora non venivo qua da... Whee! Aspetta, visto che siamo in Azuma.
We made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Sì.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. No. Now
Allora.
there's a question I wasn't expecting.
Dimmi la
The
storia.
once renowned Raiden
5
Gokuden.
scuole.
The art of forging
sbagliato.
practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun.
5 tradizioni
Over
distinte.
time,
Va bene. E fin qua.
The 5 branches diverged from one another. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline.
Solo il clan. A me no, ma ha
And for a
mantenuto
long
la sua
time,
arte.
only
Perché
the
il
Ame
clan di
Noma
Causa ha
branch
avuto quello
kept its heart
successo, bla
alive.
bla bla.
But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma
Scusami?
and
Caso
took up the
tornato in
mantle
Azuma e
of
ha
the
iniziato
Ishin
la
art.
tecnica latte Ishin.
Now, 2 clans remain of the
Non è
original
vero,
Gokuden
lui è
5.
partito.
If my memory serves me right, you yourself were
Sì, ha
present
ha
when he
forgiato la
forged the
spada.
Ishin blade.
Ma non ha...
Oh yeah, we were. Paimon
A questi di
remembers that
Causa
now.
comunque. Se...
We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life.
Ok,
All these
questo è a
years,
Causa.
I knew of those great He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden,
Avrei dovuto
it was
sapere.
right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you.
Sì, è una
but
storia
I
colpa
must
dolorosa,
warn
vai
you,
avanti.
Raiden Gokuden
Tutto
were the
Genshin è
targets
colpa
of a
dolorosa.
murderous rampage by a vengeful
Dei discendenti di
bladesmith.
un fabbro rancoroso.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years
Anche
ago,
secoli fa, nella
so
fancia
I'm told, there was a
si
catastrophic
verificò un
malfunction
guasto.
in
Un
Tatara
fabbro
Suna's
coraggioso,
furnace.
anziché fuggire, si precipitò
One
sul
brave
posto, senza speranza di
swordsmith
scongiurare il
heard the
disastro.
commotion. Tatara Suna was home to a
Le tecniche di
state-of-the-art
fusione
forging and
Tatara
smelting
sono estremamente
operation in that day.
avanzate.
And overseeing it
Ovviamente
was
Niwa.
the armory officer.
Legami di
His
sangue,
surname
certo,
was
ma certo,
Niwa,
era uno degli
though he
antenati
had
di
family
Causa, allora
ties to the
ok,
Kaedehara
l'avevo
clan.
intuito bene.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives,
Niwa e il fabbro si
Mr.
gettarono insieme
Niwa
nella
and the
fornace,
swordsmith leaped together
ma
into
nessuno
the
dei due
furnace.
sopravvisse, è morto con
The furnace
Niwa.
quickly stabilized. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating
Suo
blow
figlio
to
restò
his
solo e
family's
crebbe covando un
fortunes.
forte risentimento nei
His orphan
confronti del
son
mondo
was
intero.
left to fend in his heart. The whole of
Tutto in
Inazuma was
Azuma.
culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children. Alas,
È sempre dovuto finire qui, un secolo
if
fa,
only the story could have ended there. But 100
non
years
poteva
ago,
fare nulla per cambiare.
finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he saw in his fury.
Uccise indiscriminatamente diverse persone, persino alcuni fabbrici del clan
Killing even
Yakume.
Blazeless from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to.
Tutto per uccidere la precedente
His goal,
Raiden.
but when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones.
Qualcun altro ha attaccato i fabbri. Niwa si è morto comunque.
Was there anything
Ma-
else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact.
Come te.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too.
Non puoi nascondere nulla a Paimon. Paimon, tu non sai molte cose, ma non per colpa tua. Quindi dove dobbiamo andare? Guarda, eccola. Eccolo. Quindi a casa di Ayayo? A casa di Ayayo. Hanno messo residenza del Kamisato, ci sta.
We're here.
Traveler, it's been a while.
Ciao.
If you're looking for the commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm
Non
afraid
sono
you're-
qui.
Are they
Niente.
out on business?
The commissioner is out on business,
Ma se
and
non
Miss
partecipano
Kamisato is
all'unione
standing
al
in for
posto
some
del
meetings in the
commissario.
commissioner's
Ok.
place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Quindi aspettiamo.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the
Ah
commissioner,
sì, siamo
Miss
amici e ora sto facendo una passeggiata. Cosa cerchiamo nel cortile?
Hello, dears. Is there something? Of course, traveler.
La signora nella camiseta non ha parlato di te,
Yes, I know
c'ha la
you are.
cotta
Miss
a Yaya.
Kamisato has. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very
Stanno
well
molto bene.
indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy
A
attending
Yaya
all
che fa per le
kinds of
riunioni, non lo
meetings.
fa quasi mai.
As for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy
Beh
as
sì,
ever.
Ayato è
That
ultimamente
much
sempre
hasn't
impegnato.
changed.
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
E c'è anche ancora la padrona di casa, non è cambiato nulla, ok.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very
Molto
welcome.
si inizia a trovare più
In
spesso, ma
fact,
anche
I
voi
would
siete molto
love
impegnate.
nothing
Intanto ci
more
passo
than
qui,
for you. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the
Dice che è
time.
molto ammirevole
She
di
seems
talento.
so
C'ha la
thrilled
cotta.
to have you at. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better
Aw.
since you were. I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at the commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always. They say it's because Toma is a much better chef than most.
Vabbè, la
Oh, the
trama è
commissioner
atto.
is so
Mamma mia.
fond of. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Miss Kamisato.
Sì, ho capito, sono molto nomina, sono molto.
Many years now since the late
Sono successe
Mr.
tante
and
cose.
Miss, as someone who is old and gray enough to
Sì,
have
sono
watched,
un'amica
so
bellissima
in
per il fatto di
future,
camisola me ne
if you
posso
ever
andare.
do have the time.
Sì, sono miei carissimi amici, ciao.
Wonderful. Thank
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying some Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to
Fatto
invite
invitarci a
ourselves around
cena.
for dinner sometime.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see her.
All right
Sì,
then.
sì, sì, ciao, ciao, ciao.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Ho già avuto le risposte che volevo.
Everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels.
Grazie. 2 secondi, ho visto un dischetto. Ok. Ho sbagliato. Non devo aprire come in Elden Ring. Minchia, non andavo dalla Tasuna. Ha una vita. Quello sto per davvero. Ecco, Xavier è vero.
Well, here we are.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
Ciao Xavier.
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and
Sono
now
finito
I'm
qui.
in this
Come sei
specific area.
finito qui?
There, that's me. So what
Cosa
about you
vuol
two?
dire?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth.
Ok.
If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. Oh, well, it's a long story,
Sì,
don't
è
you
una
know?
lunga
The
storia.
tale
Ho
of
capito. È
Tatarasuna
una
starts
storia
a
lunga,
long
non
time
me ne
ago.
frega. Lo
I'm told that
sappiamo.
its history as one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation goes back around.
A couple?
Due
When
volte.
exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A
Anche
fun
allora
fact,
ce n'era uno.
I'm not the first
Non ero
Fontaine
perché
tech
di
guy to come
Fontaine,
and
ma va
work on it
bene.
either. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between...
Certo, quella cosa non può essere
Weren't you gonna
cambiata.
ask Xavier something about the...
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for it.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up
Direi
today
di
with
sì,
a
posso fare
sudden...
quella domanda?
Sure, go ahead.
È un di un kabuki mono?
A kabuki mono?
No.
No, I can't say that I have.
Sul casino, cosa ha
I do know the
combinato?
word, Inazuman, for those eccentric types who always
Un
go
po' come
around
te.
dressed to
Sono
the
un kabuki mono
nines.
anch'io.
Just the sort of person. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where...
Beh, se si è cancellata la storia è giunto il suo momento.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
Ok, ciao.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today?
Accetto che mi turba.
Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile.
Lo spinodrillo.
No matter what happens, Paimon
Spinodrillo.
will always be there for you.
Oh.
Come on, you gotta keep it together. All right, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Spinodrillo. Ma lo voglio. Lo voglio uno spinodrillo adesso, lo pretendo. È bellissimo come nome. Oh, i due.
Hey, it's them.
Sì, abbiamo tempo.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd
No,
love for
non
you to
voglio
join
fare
us
due
once
chiacchiere
more.
con voi. Però
We
devo.
have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
Dici?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
È vero, è passato un giorno in teoria.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfetto, questi hanno fatto molte ricerche sul passato di Tatasu. Quello! Non riesco a vederlo.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Oh, of course.
Allora, senti, leggiamo. Autore Akaba, riassunto. Sono capostato del settore meteorologia in Zuma. Gli incidenti sono verificati qui. I dettagli. Forse non era così, non ho letto i due incidenti. L'ho letto veloce, ma non avevo letto i due. Introduzione Mikoshi e Niwa, assieme all'aspetto di macchina eccentrico venuto da fuori, svolgono il ruolo di finestre per corpo. Industria Nagamasa migliori quando foggia le spade. La sessione di disonore del nome Mikoshi lo sta divorando. Quindi l'avevo chiamato dai Tatara Nagamasa. L'ispettore è di buon umore. E da fisse Katsuragi, la grande lampada mentre il suo caramelo, accende il formaggio. Lo Zom morì quella notte. I sette... Una piccola parte di questo video potrebbe trovare straniero. Santo Dio. Niwa Ishide. Ecco la camera Kadeara, nato con un coltivo di Ishin Sonsaku, ok? Miyazaki! Oh no! Oh no! Abbiamo Miyazaki per qui. Non ricordo Miyazaki Kaneo. Ok. Mikoshi. Supporti di cazzolare. Aspetto di macchine. Che si c'era una giornata
I
lunga.
presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Alle 3 del pomeriggio, questo mi... qualcuna. Questo non sembra essere cambiato. Miyazaki, ta ta ta. Credo che quelli gialli siano le cose. Sono le cose in più. Le cose che non c'erano prima. Cambiato, un artefatto della manomissione di informazioni, esatto. Ci è riuscito davvero.
Well,
Ho cancellato
what do you think?
Scaramouche, Baladier.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time
What did you find out? Some
It's a long story.
Insomma, meno male. Dai, voglio sapere di
so
Scaramouche.
many new details. Thank you so much.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one
Dio
man's
solo
desire for
uomo.
revenge. Huh. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
Niente fantasmi, mi
This
dispiace.
new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having...
Yes, yes, okay. Point taken. You were
Sì,
right.
ok, avevi
That
ragione.
doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. He's
Oh, so sorry. Look
Ah,
at
non
us,
preoccuparti.
prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much.
welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Ah, non preoccupate. Andiamo da Scaramouche, tanto ce lo voglio capire come. Aida, abbiamo un problema. Aida? Baladier ha tocchicciato, ma senza cambiare in modo effettivo le cose. Cioè, il dottore ha comunque fatto le sue robe.
Time to go.
Ah, devo non sto capendo.
Mahita, we're here. Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. The Balladeer?
Oh no, neppure lei.
It sounds like some kind of code.
Oh no,
You
esatto.
look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
La seconda volta che Aida si scorda. Anche lei ne subirà le conseguenze, certo. Sono la custode dei ricordi.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so...
Devo dirti la verità. Un tempo esisteva un chiamato il Menestrello, la relazione della con di Electro, venuto per un mondo sotto come una marionetta. Dove venne passate di cotte e di crude a Tatarsuna il Menestrello che deve essere stato tradito 3 volte, lasciò in una zona e iniziò a girovagare. Non aveva alcun filoce negli umani, aveva tutte le divinità. Serbono ancora per anni, e una volta venuto più forte tornò nella zona per compiere la sua vendetta. Prova a diventare l'interlocutore dell'agnosi, ma alla fine i suoi sforzi furono tutti vani. Mentre ne scoprì la verità sul suo tradimento, la sua vita sarà basata su una bugia, e per cancellare questa stessa tragedia compì un gesto disperato.
That's quite a story.
Sì.
So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity.
Quindi hanno cancellato anche l'arco in
I
quest.
remember it a
Oh
little
no.
differently.
Non c'era nessuno nella macchina. Ah, c'era la macchina, ma non c'era lui.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If so, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, yes. Theoretically speaking, if the traveler comes from a world beyond to that.
Non
That's why there's
subisce
no
sui
information
cambiamenti,
about her.
certo.
So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been... Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given.
Non ne sono sicurissima. Non siamo stati nemici dopo tutto, non so cosa avessi in mente, né perché sei arrivato a tal punto. Voleva cancellare tutto? Voleva salvare qualcuno? O voleva semplicemente eliminare se stesso? Tutti gli errori possono essere corretti. È giunto il momento di risolvere la questione una volta per tutte. Deve aver pensato a questo. Ricordo ancora la sua ultima domanda, la chiese a me specificatamente, e la mia esitazione gli fornì la mia risposta. Esitai perché avevo visto Sua Eccellenza Maggiore Rocadevata cancellare la propria esistenza, ma questo non posso dirlo a Naida. In altre parole, so perché me ne estrai l'agito in maniera così risoluta, ma non posso dirglielo.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
Completo un gesto talmente radicale
It
pure.
couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Esatto.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends,
Forse le morti non
it would be
possono
hard not to
cambiare, cioè se
try.
qualcuno muore,
The
muore e
story makes
basta.
sense. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but that power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself. Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got
Secondo me
nothing
non puoi
in
cambiare quando
return.
muore una persona. Ha cambiato mondi diversi, uomini e morti sono rimasti tali e le loro vite sfortunate non sono state salvate. Perché doveva andare così? Vita o sperare di non essere mai esistito.
Please wait a moment.
E cosa controlli?
This should be the one.
Cos'è?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us. What is it? A record from a personal collection.
Uno scritto online, una collezione personale.
You should take a look.
Ok.
Is this
Niente cazzi.
a fairy
Non è
tale?
fiaba. Questo
wrote
conferma
it?
tutto ciò che ho detto.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer? When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story
Ok,
is an
ogni singolo
allegory.
presenta qualcuno, qualcosa di specifico,
Every
perfetto.
So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the
Infatti io
kabuki
ero
mono
rimasta
in other
invariata.
records will have been changed.
Perché lui non
But I
sapeva di
wrote this story
quello.
in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup
fatto
before the
un rinvio dei
balladeer
dati.
entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution.
Sapevo che avrebbe ricordato tutto. E certo.
This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with, but if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. There was once a lone monster draped in
A
a
volte
fox
in
fur.
vello di volpe. Il mostro trova una famiglia di volpi, si unirono a loro, divennero amici. Il mostro comincia a vivere con la famiglia, giorno e notte.
The
Tutti lo
monster
trattavano
lived
come
with the
fossero uno
family,
di loro.
day and night. Once in a while,
Il
the
mostro
monster
viveva il
would
vello di
take off its
volpe, la
fox fur
notte si
at night
combatteva.
and lament to itself
Poveri
as it
loro,
gazed
ok.
at its reflection in the water.
Ok, quindi
I am a monstrosity,
le
yet they are
volpi
too foolish to see it.
sono i fabbri
I pity them.
e lui è il dottore.
But the
Poi
monster
c'è
soon found
Scaramouche.
solace when another came to live among
Un
the
altro
foxes
mostro
who
viene a
was
vivere
not their
insieme alle
kin.
volpi. Un
A
gattino.
kitten, carved from the
In
wood of
italiano
a
non è un
white
albero
tree
bianco,
who had been
abbandonato dagli
abandoned by the
umani.
humans. The kitten too
Anche
wished
il
to
gattino
become
voleva
a
diventare una
fox,
volpe, ma
but
la
its
sua coda è
tail
troppo
was too
sottile e il
slender,
suo velo non
and
era
it could not
folto e
grow a
ramato.
coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they
Anche
spoke
senza
words
coda e
of
pelo
comfort to
come
the
il nostro,
kitten.
sei comunque uno di noi.
Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
Ma che carine!
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain.
Era un
The terrified
sacrificio.
animals panicked as the fire spread. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest
Non un
among
modo
us.
per risolvere la
Surely you can
situazione.
help." The monster smiled, led the fox
E l'ha
toward the
ucciso.
fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's
Gli
heart was
prese il
turned into a
cuore.
beautiful drop of water. The monster gave the heart of water to the
Le
kitten,
volpi hanno
telling
deciso,
him,
sarai tu a essere sacrificato.
foxes have
Prendi questo
decided.
cuore, placca le fiamme e
"You are
muori
the
per il
one
bene
who
della tua
must be
gente.
sacrificed. Take this,
Oh,
quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived.
lasciò quel lato della montagna e trovò un
It left
uccellino
that
e
side of
l'ha
the mountain
spizzata.
and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after.
Ma voglio anche il gattino
After burying
Scaramouche,
the bird,
adesso guarda quanto è
The kitten
carino.
left the mountain. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain.
Mostrando i
The
denti alla
kitten spent the
luna.
nights wondering how it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were
Nessuno
once
saprà che erano
birds,
diversi.
foxes, and cats in this world. And in
We solved it!
I remember now.
È uno dei
This is
suoi
not just the
ricordi.
balladeer story. It is his very own memories. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars.
Come strumento di
Presumably,
difesa.
that creating a deity was just the first step.
E
Some of
certo,
them wanted
dovevano
to
avere
be
anche
able
il
to control
controllo.
it. That I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be
Brava
altered.
Naida.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion.
Parliamone.
Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the descenders.
Ha aiutato
and
te, sì.
although he was unsuccessful, before he vanished, he confirmed an
Che Caria
important
è dove tua
detail.
fratello gemella ha
That
portato in questo
Conria
mondo.
was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui,
Non ha mai
but in all
provato.
likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
Sì, probabilmente i fattori adesso non si ricorderanno di lui.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon...
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and so the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may
Nulla per
seem
le
like a
scoprire
pointless
queste
endeavor,
lave.
but for him,
Lo so,
the
però
chance to act on his desire to
poi
disappear
rifatta la
must have meant a
vita.
lot. Never forget that even when we walk
Anzi
beneath
che
dark
messo
clouds
tutto
along
sotto
a
un
road
nuvolo
filled with
scuro,
suffering,
forse la saggezza
the
ci
light
guiderà
of
sempre
wisdom
verso la
is always
vittoria.
there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we...
Good idea.
Basta mangiare, vai va.
Paimon, why don't
You got it. Come on, traveler. Let's go get a snack for one of the stalls in the
Farinama
Grand
volpe,
Bazaar.
gatto.
That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that.
Oh,
But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
quindi come lo salviamo? Come facciamo in modo che possa avere la sua vita, una vita nuova? È come se si fosse fatto un reset. Con Scarm credo che hanno fatto proprio un bel lavoro. Perché è sempre lui, solo che non ha più il nome di Scaramouche o... So che potevo anche evitare di fare tutto il giro, però vabbè. Era per fare... Controllo se c'è qualcosa di strano. È vero che il gran bazar è sotto, perché è tutto strati su me. Strati e a piedi. Adesso lo vedo prima. Ah, vedo. Cosa mangia? Ma se mancasse qualcosa, se si dimenticano qualcosa di importante. Mi dispiace. Sì, dopo andiamo a mangiare qualcosa. Paimon, povera Paimon. Ancora il cervello ce la puoi fare. Ce lo sputa la lingua. C'entrava con lei mentre lo cancellare se stessi. Conoscenza proibita, guida.
Have you figured it all out?
Una volta aveva detto che è impossibile cancellare se stessi, perfino per lei. A lei perché avrebbe creato la propria reincarnazione. Quindi? Non so, esatto. Se non è stato completamente sospeso.
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill.
Eccolo. Ecco cosa
Look,
succede. Reincarnazione. Eccolo. Si è reincarnato. Ha creato un'altra parte di se stesso dove può vivere.
Hey, wait!
You mean me?
Guarda che la faccina finta innocente.
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see?
No, ha preso le tramontine.
Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
È lui.
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon, I won't...
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Non sono abituata a vederlo così gentile.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want to... You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights.
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsetius, was it?
Hey!
Ne ho 3000, te ne do.
Okay, stay out of...
Come resta nascosta, ma dai. Che hai appena visto? Ah no, che non... Aspetta, devi darci una spiegazione, sono sicura che lui si ricorda tutto. eccolo.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer?
Zitto.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Ah, guess I should wash them before I take them back.
Giusto. Non ci crederei, sei troppo gentile, troppo
You
patato.
two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us.
Sì, non
You've
ci
been
farà del
following me all
male.
the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to know. Have we met before?
No dai, non dire che non ti ricordi.
No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
È complicato ma ti conosco.
Are you absolutely sure?
Madonna. È impossibile.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all.
Una cosa che rivelo
That is
molto
not something I
raramente.
share with
Eh
a
beh,
lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, okay. But please let me
Sì.
deliver these goods to my boss first.
prima, certo.
Are you really working for that guy?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take shelter in his cart.
Ok.
In return, I said I'd
quindi
be his
stai
helper
aiutando.
for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Ok.
Then let's return to the city.
Ma Dio. Fammi tornare lì. Da te. Avanti e indietro. Scaramucci, mi devi un bacino dopo questo.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
Sì.
Who are
Amici.
these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your
Aw.
time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering
stesso
along without a
posto
care in the
importassela
world.
che non gli
Like you had nowhere to be,
importasse.
and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not...
Oh.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it.
Esatto,
Certainly
vivi la
not
tua
all this.
vita.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the
Oh,
years.
che cosa carina.
I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me.
Vabbè, lo qua.
We can go now.
Dove lo portiamo? Al santuario. Va bene. Sperando non impazzisca di nuovo. Non traumatizziamolo ancora, per favore. Cerchiamo di dirgli che... Cosa potevo portarmi al tempio? Venuto in mente dopo questa cosa. Ok.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
Così strano, dello gentilissimo.
We found this guy on the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything.
You say that you are trekking across to Vat to train yourself.
Well, It seems more relevant in my
Di una
case.
pianta senza
To me,
radici.
it sounds
Effettivamente.
like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past,
Sì, esatto,
but
chiamerei
rather...
2 minuti fa, ma...
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called...
Oh, like a past life?
Sì, esatto.
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my
Complicato anche
previous
questo.
incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it.
Non era
Looks like I
molto
didn't have the
positiva,
most
ma per...
wonderful existence in my previous... If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Che caro.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you.
Ok. No.
As a
Ho
non-human
riassunto
being,
abbastanza.
you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to
Okay.
let parts of yourself go.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone,
Sì,
that's
esatto.
true.
Ma tu hai avuto una vita nuova.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time. A chain of cause and effect. A
Sì.
cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet,
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
Era spiacevole a modo suo, cioè...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but...
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
Perché non è giusto quello che stai sopportando.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just
Adesso
some
sono
random
un
stranger
tipo.
we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be...
Yes, it's all true. I can even...
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Sei
I
proprio
want to
sicuro di
experience
questo?
my
Non è
own
che sono proprio cose
transgressions.
bellissime.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this...
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one...
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Sì, lo guardo come al solito.
Given your...
Understood.
Thank you.
Entra nel ricordo. Ok. E qua... Quindi siamo al finale. Quasi 2 orette.
Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories.
Esattamente come
These
il coso di
memories will
caso.
show you the raw truth. But be aware that enemies may react.
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your
Sì
protection.
che... Sì, invece.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but...
Abbiamo
that
dovuto
was
farlo per colpa tua.
All right.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation,
Is that because this is kind of like...
Luogo di nascita,
his
siamo nel suo posto dove è
birthplace?
nato.
you could say that.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite
Non è
construction
un'opera
work, and so well
illuminatori.
preserved. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake.
Si sveglia.
What happened? How'd you get stuck
Come sei
here?
fatto?
Are you
Veramente è
injured?
cascato lì.
Uh-huh.
Sei caduto? Aldo,
Not a
sei
scratch.
caduto?
And these fine clothes.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then as the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had
Nagamasa
once
ucciso
saved
e
his
poi alla
life.
fine.
At Katsuragi's insistence,
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Perché hai avuto cose terribili, ecco. Oh no. Questo è il dungeon di caso nell'evento estivo parte 2.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
Oh.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Sto vedendo anche se ci sono ceste tutto. Santo cielo. Che mi perdo in questi posti. No? Dai. Devo prendere gli oggettini, togliti. Aspetta. Ma non le vedo le trappole.
What are we doing back here?
Sento delle voci.
Whoa, this is where you were born?
Non c'è.
It's pretty. But
Il
there's
bambino che è
nobody-
morto.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make
Mangiamo una spada, un
swords,
pezzo della
but
fabbrica,
the
morì. Mi
factory
pare siamo
manager
allora.
died.
Vabbè, ho
And then my
capito.
dad got sick. He kept coughing all the
Sì.
time, just like me. Then
Erano
mom
malati,
started
non avendo
coughing
possibilità
too.
di curarsi. Anche una semplice tosse può diventare fatale.
but you can't. You promised me.
Lei che
Yep. Well, we're family now.
non
We're gonna
puoi
be
morire.
together
Sì.
forever and ever.
Non è che lo sta facendo apposta,
This
stai
child didn't
malato.
have a name. Or rather, the Balladeer didn't know what to call him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. After leaving Tatarasuna, the Balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness
Una
while he
giovane
was
senza
still very
malattia,
young.
appunto.
The Ball...
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Time to go.
È stato così facile.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting.
Oh, si sente Pulcinella.
Is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion. rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Well met. No excuse for slacking.
Break this on for some.
Surrender! Get out of my way!
I see through you!
It isn't time for a break yet!
You can't run! Judgment is upon you! That all you got? Don't be a killjoy! We've only just I'm used to it. You stay condemned! You can't run! Well,
Okay.
Miscalculated.
Cos'è sto posto tutto viola?
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's
È
the
vero,
delusion
qua ci
factory
siamo
in
incontrati e ci
Inazuma.
ha fatto svenire.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere.
Ricordo questo posto, un luogo davvero sgradevole. Qua ci siamo quasi svenuti.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You should
Oh, la
have.
signora, quando era ancora viva, prima di essere blastata.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison
Smettete di
to being
nominare Dottore,
experimented
Madonna
on by the doctor.
Abbiamo sentito nominare per secoli
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible.
Ma però gli aveva detto una cosa, una cosa interessante, la signora col cavolo che l'ha ascoltato.
Worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above every... By then, see you at the victory feast.
Non credo che arriverà quel banchetto.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story.
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
Essere il sesto comunque.
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Intanto è morto Saino. No.
Wind strategy.
Just like we rehearsed. Blink.
Nowhere to run. This is order.
Non ci posso credere, era leggermente fuori dalla mia ulti. Wait a second. Ok. Dai, ci siamo quasi. Adesso dovrebbe esserci Sumeru qui in Inazuma. C'è il nostro ricordo? Ah no, direttamente
Looks
su
like we've
Mer. Che
arrived in
bello!
Sumeru. Is that?
Oddio, sta parte mi ricorda
Considering that
Horizon.
Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take...
Welcome. I look
Ciao,
forward to a
amore mio.
fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial
Ha
affair.
ragione.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss.
Rimane
We
nell'abisso.
barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they'd think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was
No, ma che bellissima visione,
That
spiacevolissima
person gives off a
effettivamente.
very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Io non parlo qui.
Let's move on.
E quello ci
You're
siamo
God.
scontrati.
Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
Ma puoi
In your
cambiare.
eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life,
Questo è vero.
they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear.
Ok.
No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of
Sono
rules,
in questo mondo che non sono altro che
with each
l'insieme
person
delle loro
being a
esperienze
collection of
passate.
past
Questo è vero.
experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to
Perderemo
become
lo
my true
Scaramouche
self.
gentile. È impossibile cancellare se stessi, anche se il benessere originale è stato cancellato, questa persona continuerà a vivere. I peccati di una persona sono una parte ineluttabile
I've
del loro
always felt I
destino.
have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja,
Sì,
I've never fully
diciamo che sì,
understood
lo
it.
sei stato.
So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Ti prego, un'altra boss fight.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet?
What's he doing here?
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Ho finto Dottore.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
La spada di Inazuma.
This is my...
Is he alright?
Oh no, non posso. Again, davvero? Sempre le stesse animazioni, cavolo. Siamo comunque fortissimi,
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
What? Dopo Scaramouche così? Bello! Hai perso qualcuno, hai perso se stesso e tante altre persone.
Die.
Scusa, e adesso userò solo lui?
This is trying my
Sì!
patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Questions?
No! Ho preso sul termine del ricordo.
Behold!
Aspetta che vedere gli artefatti. Tutto noblesse. E il suo ovviamente. Minchia, non ha critico. Poi sa già il tab eccetera. Cosa?
At my command, you shall fall. Squall Fury.
Aspetta, Scaramouche, tieni un attimo da mangiare. Ok.
Perish! Behold!
No!
My endless cycle begins!
Too slow.
Squall Fury!
No, ho sbagliato. Non so usare il suo volo del cacchio, ok? Non lo so usare questo volo.
Behold!
No, ho sbagliato.
Quit following me. The wind rises.
Ciao, non posso dire il tuo nome.
Too slow. Behold!
Hai un nickname particolare però, lo ammetto. Ho sbagliato di nuovo. Sono distratto.
Squall Fury! Feeble human!
No. Ok.
At my command, you shall fall. Quit following me.
Wait.
Know your place.
Ok. Ma comunque cazzo per il follow.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Ok.
Disappeared.
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
Che bello che sei tornato.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self.
Hola.
Wait, but it was you inside that thing too.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me.
Sì, sono preoccupata per te, incredibilmente.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This...
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Ok. Parliamo fuori. Sono o non sono io? Boh.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long...
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, after learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui. And they wouldn't take me back anyway.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Hai tirato tattica. Tanto possono che sia
It's like
morto.
you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it.
Non ti sei vendicato manco per niente, praticamente. Lui
Changing
lo
the
sa.
world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the...
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Forse meglio
Even
così.
if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth
No,
regretting.
non è vero che non vale nulla, dai.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul.
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over
Aida,
was indeed a part of my
piccola
plan.
bambina tattica.
But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Vero?
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again,
Io non penso
so
a questo
all
di te.
right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search
che
Irminsul more
carina.
deeply and
Patata
see
lei.
what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I will try.
Traveler.
Sì.
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, Whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do
Non ho
everything
fatto
I
per
can to
ricevere
pay it back. Borrowing and
ricompensa.
returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up
ce
trying
l'hai
to become a
un
human
cuore.
a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but...
Se non vuole, non vuole, raga, lasciatelo stare. Ha le sue ragioni.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Dietro le quinte, ok.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Oh, finalmente.
Paimon wants to pick an ugly
No,
nickname
meglio un
for you
soprannome.
too.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Vabbè, ok.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name...
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious
Sì, è
name
vero,
you're after,
io ho
it's
dei
all
nomi
yours.
seri. Paimon ha i soprannomi brutti. Ok.
Have you got anything?
Sì, sì, non metterò cose brutte. Oddio. Allora, so che se gli do il nome di Scaramouche o Menestrello mi manda a quel paese, perché giustamente sarebbe stupido.
Are you sure?
Sì,
Oh,
la
all
mia
right.
parte maschile.
If you say so.
Che vadi?
There. Now you...
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Non mettere fretta al Paimon.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've... Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the
Ok, quindi va
price.
contro i
You
fatui.
mean the Fatui?
The
Giustamente.
doctor, at least.
Beh,
Now
gli
that
altri
your
ce ne
stance
frega un
has
po' meno.
changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know.
Ci sono pure...
Well,
Ah sì, altre
They ought to
marionette.
know. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though
Okay.
the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
Ok.
I see. that is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that,
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. No nonsense. I like it. All right, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
Saggia idea. Che patato.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant.
Ah, infatti lo
He'll
lascio
need some
stare.
time to calm down.
yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, so we can finally go eat?
Thank you both. I hope...
Oh.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
Oh no, sti due.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard
Sì,
that Mikoshi
tutti sono
Nagamasa died at
morti
a ripe
farò
old
con
age.
Mikoshi.
He's the perfect fit to be the dark clouds had dissipated, but they continue to cast their shadow in Mikoshi
Oh,
Nagamasa's
santo Dio.
mind. For then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, all these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into life is a story too long to be told. A journey that you must walk to behold.
Mi fa strano vederlo col nome Yuko. Ancora, che c'è? Che c'è da vedere a parte l'alloggio? Tutti, santo cielo. Basta. Sono le 11. Sono quasi le 23, dai.
It's about time we had a break.
Sì, vuoi mangiare?
As
Mangia.
soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Vado a comprarti un bel spuntino. Ma tu stai qui?
Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
Sì, mi ricordo che l'ha rotto lei.
You sound lost and confused.
Chi è?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find
Non
their
riconosco
mind
la voce in questo
overwhelmed.
momento.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance. When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result...
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can.
Ciò che non vedo un'illusione,
Believe your
ok.
own eyes.
The voice has disappeared.
Forse l'arco di Fontaine?
And what were they doing coming out of...
Dovrei fidarmi dei miei ricordi.
Anyway, it feels wrong just leaving it there.
Secondo me era l'altro arco, ne sapete? Ho questa impressione. Impressione della Genesi. Eh sì. Ok, ce ne ho fatta! Dopo 2 ore e 20! Ma sono stati più i dialoghi come al solito, per carità era giusto così, però mamma mia raga, santo cielo. Ok, io vi devo lasciare, ci vediamo domani sera con Horizon. Quindi ciao ragazzuoli, anzi no, domani sera non c'è Horizon, domani sera abbiamo il DVD.
Osmanthus
No,
wine
no,
taster.
zitto Jolie, zitto. Per l'amore del Signore non cominciare con lo Osmanthus wine. Comunque molto bello, è tutto molto bello. Dottore continua ad essere un personaggio talmente fichissimo. Scaramouche mi è piaciuto tantissimo di nuovo, e mi piace che adesso, diciamo, ha fatto un restart della sua vita. Mi piace, bello lui. E adesso spero che si possa ripigliare anche lui un pochino. Ha tutte le ragioni adesso per odiare i fattui, non che prima ci andasse d'accordo, però diciamo che adesso non li aiuta di nuovo. Ok, io vi saluto, grazie tantissimo per essere stati qui con me. Io devo andare a fare riposare la mano adesso, quindi ciao ragazzuoli, ciao ciao ciao.